Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine. I'm here with Michael Smith, who's the Senior Vice President of Guest Experience and Product Development for Holland America Line. We're on the new Rotterdam, the 7th Rotterdam. That's NEW Rotterdam. And we're going to talk about his job title, really, Guest Experience and Product Development, here on Insider Travel Report. So how hard has it been to return to a semblance of normal on all of the Holland American ships since the resumption of sailing?
It's been challenging. I can't really sugarcoat it. It has been challenging, but I think we've been pretty successful with 4 ships.
For us, it looks easy, so I want to know how hard it was.
That's good. That means we're doing our job right. So I would say that, you know, with all the COVID restrictions, etc., we're working through those, and hopefully we'll come to a steady state and a normality very soon. But right now, we're happy to have 4 ships in the water and operating with our fantastic staff that we have. They're so pleased to be back into operations.
But I mean, it's not just the protocols you're using, but everywhere you go, you have to look forward-looking, and what are the protocols there? It's a big task.
It is, and especially, Holland America is known for their itineraries and their far-flung itineraries, and we're having to, start slow and work our way up, as it were. So, we're keeping to the markets that are fairly easy to navigate, so to speak.
Get your chops. For
us and for the guests. No one wants to fill out 5 different passenger locator forms for each of these different countries and stuff. So we're starting slow, but we're doing great. Where
do you think the guest experience has changed the most?
Well, I think technology has become more important post-pandemic. So we have our Navigator app that you use even before you get on board our ship. And that has allowed us to streamline the embarkation process to almost 10 seconds. And so it's a much seamless experience coming on board our ship, but then also working your way around the ship. So what you do on board the ship in terms of making a spa appointment or making a restaurant reservation, it's paperless, it's touchless, and that to me has been one of the benefits, the side benefits of this pandemic. And
I find I didn't have to run back to the stateroom to say what's happening now.
You can just look it up on the Navigator, and you can tailor make your daily your when and where program to exactly what you're interested in. So yes.
Since these 4 ships have resumed, what have you been learning from guest comments?
Well, they are so glad to be traveling again. Because they've been living at home and have not been able to do particularly international travel, and so they are just embracing being back on a cruise ship again. They're pampering themselves, so our spa is busy, as well as our restaurants. Going out for a meal has been such a challenge for 18 months. Who wants?
Not here.
Well, not on board our ship, no. But I live in Seattle. Who wants to go in January and sit outside to have a meal? So I think that people are just embracing the fact that they can. Everything's self-contained and everything is available to them once again after such a long time.
So I take it the comments are good.
Our NPS, our Net Promoter Score, is really, really good. People are loving, our guests are loving being back on board.
I would guess it would be higher than prior to the pause because they're just so grateful.
They are above where we expected them to be, for sure.
So, and you spoke about culinary, and all cruise lines say they have great culinary, but how would you rate yours?
Great. No.
But why?
Well, why? Because
we know why. There's a group of people involved in this.
There is. So, from our master chef Rudisela Mare to the great support team that we have, we like to focus on authenticity for our food product, but also for our entertainment product, but just general authenticity in the product. So when you go to Rudisela Mare on our ship, it is one of the best seafood brasseries that you can experience, even shoreside. And so we just want it to be authentic and real, and what a guest would expect when they come. So.
Now you have a program though of local sourcing, and tell us about that.
So we have a program called Port to Table, and it really highlights the ingredients and the dishes of where we're cruising. And so if we're in the Mediterranean, then we'll do a culinary program demonstration in our world stage that focuses on dishes from the Mediterranean, or up in Alaska, the great food that you find up in Alaska or Northern Europe. So Port to Table is the program. It's being rolled out across all of our ships, because we feel getting that local touch and that local feel just enhances the guest experience of where they're cruising.
I hear that Club Orange has a different spin on this ship.
Yeah, so Club Orange on the Pinnacle class ship has a dedicated restaurant. It's available to all suite guests, open for lunch and for dinner. But on this ship, we've redesigned it, and so it's even more luxurious and even more special for our suite guests.
So let me ask you the same question about entertainment. Everybody thinks they have the best entertainment, but talk about Holland America Line.
Well, I think our music walk concept, that is a partnership with the very best brands in live music entertainment. I would safe to say that it's probably the best live music at sea. Our partnership with Lincoln Center Stage on the classical music side, our partnership with B.B. King's Blues Clubs in terms of the B.B. King's Blues Club we have on our ships. And then on this ship, particularly Rolling Stone Rock Room. Right. So partnership with the Rolling Stone magazine and that corporation. Our guests grew up with rock and roll. And so that rock and roll venue is second to none. It's really, really popular.
So people who've been on the Music Walk will be surprised at the new venues.
Yeah, so Pinnacle class ships, which the Rotterdam is the third in the class. We actually have a double height B.B. King's Blues Club, so you can actually stand on the balcony and look down and experience the fantastic music and watch people dancing from the upper level there. So that's a nice enhancement to the Music Walk for sure.
How can we possibly talk about guest experience without talking about your private island?
Absolutely. It's probably the secret gem of the Caribbean. It's been rated by Porthole magazine readers as the #1 private island in the Caribbean. And just looking out here at the beautiful turquoise water, how can you not love it? It's stunning location and just a signature top-rated port for us.
Let's just talk about some of the features. For example, you can't miss the pirate ship.
Yeah, the pirate ship. The I wish I could stay here forever bar, and our great lobster shack, which is prime lobster tail sitting overlooking this turquoise water, is just stunning, really stunning.
And there just is an abundance of lounge chairs, and then little tents, and then you work your way all the way up to villas.
And you got villas and little cabanas, and our guests just love renting those out and having that beautiful experience sitting over the white sand beach that we have here. And then we get those great shore excursions as well, like riding those horses in the surf, walking down the beach. Fantastic.
And if you get tired of doing nothing, you can actually get tired by doing a lot of water sports.
Yep, there's a whole gamut of water sports equipment available for rent.
I couldn't believe how large your picnic facility was.
Yeah, we have an island barbecue, and that just saves you having to go back to the ship. We just serve some great food right there, so it's perfect.
And also, I was pleased at how quickly I was able to go in both directions.
Yep, we have local tenders that are double-decker, and they take 200 or 300 people at a time, so it's really quick to get ashore, but also coming back in the after lunch. It's a very quick experience.
So on this ship, on the Rotterdam, was there something you could do for the guest experience that you couldn't do on the previous ships?
Well, I think we've made some enhancements on the Rotterdam, so we were fortunate working with Fincantieri's shipyard that we could tweak some areas, and so
give an example.
An example would be the Half Moon Bar, which is on our deck 2, right next to Rudisela Mare. That Half Moon Bar is a nod to our heritage, the Dutch heritage, and we tell the story of Holland America through some very unique and varied cocktails. And it's literally a small 6-seat bar that you can engage with the bartender and really get to know some really interesting cocktails.
So it's a history lesson through drinking.
Exactly.
It's a new kind of drinking game for the intelligentsia.
Yes. It's fabulous. Yeah, nice enhancement on this ship.
Let's talk about any enhancements in the quarters.
So we don't get everything right when we design a ship, and so
Always trying, though.
I know we're always trying, but sometimes the positioning in the bathroom, things hit against each other. So we've made all of those tweaks in this ship, and we've enhanced the color schemes and the fabrics that we're using. So I think this version of the ship is near to perfect as we could get it, and we learned from some of our other ships as well.
But you're still listening to comments, and you're still...
The feedback from our guests on our guest surveys is vitally important. We go over those with a fine tooth comb to really identify areas where we can improve.
I don't know the value of this ship, but you got to add another $4.1 million for the art collection, and you got to insure it. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
So art is such an important part of Holland America cruise ships. For all of the 148 years, we've had some fantastic art collections, and this ship is no different. I can't remember how many pieces on here, but they are dramatic and interesting. We're going to do a self-guided art walk on this ship with QR codes that you can use on your phone. And you can get to learn more and more and more about the artist and how they came to do the piece that's on our ships.
Our travel advisors are always trying to land the right client on the right product. What should they be keying in on to hone in on the right client for Holland America Line?
So Holland America traditionally has been focused on excellent service in addition to authentic food and high quality entertainment. But our service is one of those unique factors, and we source our team members from Asia predominantly, so Philippines, Indonesia, but also from Thailand. And we even have a few from Singapore as well. And that, to me, our guests are really, that's what they always open up their letters and their comments about. We love the service on Holland America, and that's why we keep on coming back and back. So our service is second to none, in our opinion.
But you also have something no one else has, which is history.
Yes.
And you're about to hit 150 years. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Right. So, the name of the...
That's a lot of experience.
The name of the...
You got to get it right after that 150 years.
Yeah, we're still learning, but 148 years and counting, and we're looking forward to our 150th anniversary. But, Holland America is the name on the brand, and so we do definitely focus on Holland as being our tradition. So you'll see in our uniforms a little touch of orange, a little orange button on the collar, or an orange tie on our hosts, etc. We also do a Club Orange party once a cruise as well, where guests get to dress up in orange, and we do a party around the music walk venues as well. So tradition is very important for us, and our nod back to our heritage is what we like to do as well.
Well, that's exactly why there will always be a Rotterdam, and why this is the 7th one, right?
Right, and our Grand Dutch Cafe that you see on the Rotterdam, which is such a hub for the ship, right in the middle of the ship on deck 3, and you can get Dutch coffee, but also Dutch treats, and a glass of beer in the evening, and some Dutch food.
Right. So, and of the godmother will be, in fact, they upheld tradition for the Rotterdam.
Princess Beatrice, and we're really excited about that. That's going to be taking place when the ship gets back to Europe next year. Yeah, April, May next year.
I heard that's when the naming will be in Rotterdam.
In Rotterdam, and we just left Rotterdam, and it was such a special experience to see how that city embraced the new flagship with the name Rotterdam when we were there. Yeah, so can't wait to get back.
So what are your predictions for cruising and for Holland America for 22 and beyond?
Well, I think 22 will be getting back to steady state. We'll have all 11 ships operating by middle of May next year, so for our summer season. So we are quietly confident that next summer will be as close to normal as possible. And then moving on into the fall of 22, we hope to be offering some of our more exotic itineraries as well.
So we're looking for world cruising in 23.
World cruise in 23.
I know you're ready, but the countries aren't.
No, but we're working hard to make sure that they are going to accept us on the world cruise, and we have the Zuiderdam is going to be our world cruise ship for 23. So we're looking forward to making a few enhancements to that ship so it fits with that demographic and that special guest that wants to do those world cruises. So, yeah.
Oh, I meant to ask you, didn't I see you presiding over an opening on this ship?
I did. I opened up Rudisela Mare, and that's the third rendition of that restaurant on board this ship. And so we did a little ribbon cutting with a couple of our loyal guests to open that up, and we had all the chefs around. So it was very, very special. Very special.
To wrap up, we go out to over 95,000 travel advisors, and what message would you like them to hear?
Well, if you have not sailed with Holland America in recent years, I would urge you to come back and try and experience it for yourself, but also make sure that the guests that you have are looking forward to that quality, authentic, premium product that Holland America offers. It's truly unique. And if you're used to Holland America of old, I think that we have a nod to the past, but we're also looking forward to the future. And we have a great product. You need to come and experience it.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thanks.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.